Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB Show. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. In a historic episode of The Chase, Karen and Ian won £100,000, marking one of the show's biggest payouts. In a historic episode of The Chase, contestants Karen and Ian, who appeared on the show back in September, secured a £100,000 prize, marking one of the show's largest wins. Facing chaser Paul Sinha, the duo managed to outpace him in a tense final round. Despite a critical moment when Sinha was one correct answer away from victory, a misstep allowed Karen and Ian to clinch the win. Host Bradley Walsh expressed astonishment at the close finish, noting the chasers' near success. The tension was palpable as Sinha, 54, was just one correct answer away from winning. Bradley Walsh asked, "Leslie Manville played the widow Kathy in what BBC sitcom?" Sinha's incorrect answer, Last of the Summer Wine, gave Karen and Ian a slim chance, but they stumbled by confusing sitcoms with soaps, leaving them unable to secure the point. Even though their answer was wrong and Sinha made a frantic final attempt, the clock ran out, and Karen and Ian were crowned the winners, taking home £100,000. This significant win adds to the show's history of substantial payouts, including a £120,000 prize shared by 3 contestants in 2023 and a £75,000 individual win by a 20-year-old participant. Previously, Sean Wallace, who is best known for his role as the Dark Destroyer on ITV's The Chase, has opened up about his 2024 salary, confirming that he now earns a lot compared to his former role as a barrister. He went on to reveal that his earnings are now in the 6-0 territory, with the TV star hailing his victory on Mastermind 20 years ago for contributing to his significant increase in wages. Although the chaser is an established personality in the business, with 70% of his salary coming from his on-air career, he has still not given up on his legal career entirely. Sean still dips his toe in the water, with the remaining 30% of his take-home coming from criminal proceedings. The 64-year-old opened up about his income in a candid interview with The Times. When asked about how comparable his earnings today were when he had been a barrister, the Dark Destroyer said, "A lot. That's all I'll say. How many zeros?" He went on to reveal, "Well into 6-0 territory, and my earnings have increased massively since I've started working in TV. I got paid well as a barrister, but I'm now earning about 10 times the amount I was before." Bradley Walsh's co-star continued to elaborate on his salary, adding, "I still practice, though, so I have a dual income. Probably 70% of my income comes from my TV work and 30% from the legal side. Everything changed when I won Mastermind in 2004. Not just my finances, my whole life." The Chase studio had never felt so tense. Cameras hummed quietly, Bradley Walsh's eyebrows were halfway up his forehead, and the audience's collective breath was held as if the very air would determine the outcome. In the final chase seat sat 24-year-old Maya Patel, a quiet librarian from Manchester, with oversized glasses and a notebook she scribbled in before her cash builder. She had stunned everyone by racking up £28,000 alone, refusing to take the lower offer, and now, having outrun all 4 chasers in a rare team switch-up, she was staring at the biggest prize the show had ever seen. £154,000, Bradley announced, almost whispering, as if saying it too loudly would wake him from a dream. This would be the biggest win in the Chase's entire history. Maya took a deep breath, remembering her mother's words before she left for the studio. "You're not small. You are made of big things." Against Mark the Beast, Labatt, and the Governess, Hegarty, Paul the Cinnamon, Sinha, and Dara the Menace, Ennis, who all took turns firing rapid questions, Maya was unshakable. Which English author? J.K. Rowling. How many sides on a 20p? 7. In Greek mythology, who turned everything to gold? King Midas. With every answer, the audience clapped louder, and even the chasers began exchanging looks of disbelief. Anne whispered to Mark, "She's unstoppable." When the 2 minutes ended, Maya had racked up 23 steps, one of the highest ever solo scores. Then came the chasers' turn, and the studio was electric with tension. Every wrong answer from the chasers meant a pushback, and Maya snatched them confidently. No, it's ozone. No, it's Ban Ki-moon. No, it's the Merchant of Venice. The countdown beeped. 3 seconds left, one question left for the chasers to close the gap. Bradley's eyes flicked from the monitor to the chasers. Which city hosted the 1984 Summer Olympics? Mark opened his mouth, but the buzzer sounded. "Time is up," Bradley shouted, half laughing, half shaking. The studio exploded. Maya covered her mouth as the screen flashed. 154,000 pounds. Win! Confetti cannons roared, golden streamers filling the air, while Bradley grabbed Maya's hand, lifting it into the air like a champion. Maya's glasses were misted with tears, her shoulders shaking as the reality of what she had done settled in. I can pay off Mom's mortgage. I can travel. I can finally do my PhD. Bradley, beaming, said, "You didn't just win big, Maya. You made history." Backstage, even the chasers clapped and cued to hug her. Mark laughing, "I'll never forget this, Maya. You're the best player we've ever seen." The clip went viral that night, with millions cheering Maya on, as the librarian who walked into the chase smiled and walked away with the biggest solo win in the show's entire history, reminding everyone watching that knowledge, courage, and a quiet spirit could beat even the fiercest of chasers.